first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking with those big behemoths starting to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll move the chains.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights in the now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make...
And this will be caught at the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Roethlisberger will throw. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. And the 2 points. Now they're back down to a one-score deficit. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in. But with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. Has given me the evil eye, folks. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And it's 3rd down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or two short. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They run. It's Williams. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Steelers first down.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Juju Smith-Schuster as time expires in the first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow... they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point put through by Boswell. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
On the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
You know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Jones. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back now in Pittsburgh. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On second down at 4, Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Packers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. Now Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
A gain of a yard brings up second and goal.
On play action, now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, fourth quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is going to be Packer football.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it? This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T for him. They're already in field goal range here late in the fourth now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw is Rodgers. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 10 yards out, and the Packers have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Big Ben and the Steelers now down 28-21. A minute 11 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. First carry for James Conner. A second broken tackle. And he's got room. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs. And that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Big play, Rodgers to Evans. 45 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Rodgers to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And he's brought down. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Rodgers. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
Tonight,
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence.